Good morning, it's 5:52 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday, January 30th, 2019. Let's take a look at Litecon. Wow. Looks like they changed the kettling walls today. If not, the 2500 is embedded in this 3196. But it looks like they upped the ante on the kettling walls. And they added in another wall down here. They're going to drive this price down. They're not going to let it over $31. Yeah, this is, if you guys remember my previous video from 1,882 that they used to manipulate it down from this area over here. Well, now they're using another trade for 3,000. They are very determined to push this market into the gutter. They're determined to rob us. Now, if you could see, let's see the activity in the order book. You could see what they're up to. You see this big dump? This is a dump. Why? You notice the dump occurs when we're approaching the 31. After that happened, this trade popped up. They're capping the price at 31. Okay. I'm not going to be able, I got other stuff to do. I have a job like everybody else. And for the life of me, I don't see that 2500. It looks like he actually changed the size of the walls today because he's getting some buy activity. You can see they're trying to break through. He's capping it. He's putting a larger cap stone on his price at 31. Matter of fact, he has raised all the walls that he uses to control the price. It's a reactionary measure to keep the price of Litecoin from rising and to keep it in control and in between his kettling walls. Regardless, if he changes his method now, it's really a mute effort because the market's been proven that it's been manipulated. It's been noted. It's been documented for about a year. I have 150 videos. It's really too late for this kind of activity to be just denied now, even if he does change his method. And I don't think he's going to change his method because he's using a bot, and the bot just knows one way how to do it. Now that they have manipulated, what's very dangerous about this, now that another manipulator can notice that there's somebody in Conbase kettling the price in, then that's his opportunity to come in and to dump this market. It's cheaper for him to dump the market down if it's a second party, or this could be the first party just using additional coin to drive the price down even further. First you kettle it and control it, and then you drive it down. That's why you say this is an operation. Trap the price in between the two walls, and then drive it down. This is just outright theft. When it's this obvious, the CFTC shouldn't need a complaint form from anybody and be charging them $250 because there's too many people that got robbed in this. Just on this platform, hundreds of thousands of people got robbed. You should just go in and raid them. I went into this yesterday. I talked to the FBI because the CFTC doesn't seem to be doing anything. This is an outright naked manipulation crime that's been occurring for over a year. They have to step in. If the CFTC doesn't do its job, I'm going to have to cut them out of it. The New York State Attorney General is investigating this out of New York. It's only appropriate that I call the FBI. So now we have 3 agencies on this. The DOJ gets involved. They see enough evidence. They just go and arrest somebody. The CFTC, well, they're worried more for the clients getting their money back. The DOJ is looking to prosecute somebody for a crime. So there's 2 different things that need to be done here to be involved. That's why there's agencies. The CFTC will see that the funds are recovered. The DOJ will see the people who have stolen the funds get their just desserts. So I left no avenue of escape for these criminals to get away. And if you criminals think you're going to come and silence me by intimidating, notice that I'm a licensed handgun holder. So if you want to send your thugs over here to intimidate me or threaten my family, be advised, if it comes to my family or I feel my life is threatened, I will do what's necessary to protect them. People do not realize these people who rob and steal, they think they're mobsters, okay? And they'll do anything not to go to jail. And they might be in this rash and this brazen and manipulating the market. Who's to say they won't pay somebody to come after me? But I'm just telling you, I worked on the streets of Brooklyn for a long time. I get a lot of respect, all right? They robbed my other coworkers. They wouldn't even come near me. They wouldn't even say a word to me. One person did. Then I told him you got to the count of 5 to get out of here. You know what he did? He got out of there. Because he knew it was coming. He looks in his eyes and he sees, believe me, if I feel you're doing something wrong with me, I'm not going to turn my back on you and run. All hell's about to come. They look in my eyes, they see hellfire. They run. So again, back to the market. Gee, I wonder, let's analyze this. Gee, I wonder where they want the price to remain. Under $31, right? How can I see that in the order book? Gee, where do they want the price to be under $31? Let me take a look. Gee, wow, an unusually large order that's larger than the usual kettling walls. If you can't sell the kettling walls and you put a larger trade up there, you know you can't possibly sell. And then if it approaches the wall, you remove it. Gee, we can't figure that out. We don't possess enough brain power to see the obvious. That's what they're thinking. Every time it approaches 31, dump city. Now he's under threat, losing that 31. He caps it. We're gonna have to see today. It looks like it appears that he changed his kettling walls. But we're gonna have to keep an eyeball out on him and find a new number. But they're all the same. Usually it would be the lower one, 31.96.63. Keep your eye on this one. Then this one has another trade embedded in it, which means if that goes to 31.96.63, that's the new kettling wall. You gotta watch this one here. This one here, this is a third wall initiated to keep the price from going over 31. He's micromanaging his price fixing. You see, people, how we lose? The order book is not full of coincidences, okay? The order book here in this case is full of directional trades. You know? In this case, they're bilateral directional trades. Moving one or the other affects the price and the volume. So now, everybody could see what's going on. This is open criminality. I learned this from Dunleavy Inc. when I worked over there. It's a small trading boutique. I learned this from somebody that's passed away. His name is Gerald Terrell, and I learned it from a father and son trading team, Jimmy and Jack Conti. There was another trader, Guy, and then there was Ronald, another trader, who also taught me. They would sit down, and I was like, what's this? And they would show me, because I was their, how did you say, I was in charge of moving the funds around for the accounts, placing the orders. I was a trader assistant. And that's where I went to there to get my Series 7. They sponsored me for it. And while they were sponsoring me, they were showing me how they could spot, how they became good traders, how they could spot order manipulation in the order books. They've been doing it when I was working there. Most of those traders, about 3 of them, were trading longer than I've been alive, twice the time I've been alive. So they were masters. That's why they traded for high net worth clientele. They showed me everything. They started as runners on the exchange. And they've seen everything. Man, if Mr. Terrell seen something like this, boom, he'd be on the phone with the clearinghouse, and he'd be calling them up. What the hell is this trader doing? Mr. Terrell did not play. That's where I learned this from. You call the clearinghouse, which in this case is Coinbase. But when Mr. Terrell used to spot stuff like this, he had enough power and clout where everybody knew who he was. He would call up the clearinghouse and say, I got to protect my client's best interest. Why are you letting this guy manipulate? And he'd expose it all to them. The clearinghouse would call up, tell the person, knock it off. Now, I have seen things where they were told to knock it off. They would immediately remove the trades because they were caught, because the clearinghouse would actually kick them out. All right, because Mr. Terrell had that much clout. Not that he was engaging in anything or lots of money. It's because he had a team of lawyers, Mr. Terrell, that if you did this crap, somebody's going to jail. He would call up. In one conversation when I was there, when they discovered somebody manipulating the market back in the day, it was off the dot system. They were watching the trades go through. Now, he's seen it, he called up. Now, I heard the whole conversation. A matter of fact, after the phone call was done, when he turned in the guy to the clearinghouse called back, and they had a 3-way conversation with the person who was manipulating. And the person that was manipulating was one of these young guys, like a Jordan Belfort at the time. And he said, well, I'll just take my business elsewhere. And the clearinghouse turned around, oh yeah, well, we know all the people at the clearinghouse, they've been told, if you don't knock off the stuff, don't think you're going over there, because they're just going to reject you, okay? Take the trades off, shut your mouth, or you're not trading no more. That's what they did. You got blackballed. You weren't lifted to heights of glory like they do over here with their fanboys on Coinbase. Well, I follow the manipulator. It wasn't done that way. You know, back in the day, there was a bar on Beaver Street where all the traders went to. If they found out you screwed them over by the activity in this book and the liquor started flowing, you might get your ass kicked in front of Beaver Street right in front of the bar. You would get your ass, they'll drag you in the alleys and beat your ass because you're destroying people's careers and by robbing their money. Back in the day, you would get your ass kicked if you were a trader. You did shit like this. This is really bad. You ever seen such blatant manipulation where they stack the deck to keep the price under 31? With this ridiculously huge trade. Again, that's that sore thumb placed in the book. It's insane. It's insane. So now we got it looks like he changed his kettling walls today. But appearances might be deceiving. There might be orders mixed in with that 2,500. So let's let it run for a couple of minutes. When I get a chance, when they come back later, I resume looking for it just to make sure we have a grasp of what exactly the market size of these kettling walls are and where they're placed. It looks like he might be watching my videos as well. It's funny that the kettling walls change when I call Coinbase and let them know that I see. And then when I do figure them out, I'm going right in, opening up another case. The kettling walls have now changed to blah, blah, blah. I'm telling them everything. But these kettling walls are here. Look, look. He really wants to keep this under 31. You see what I'm saying? But you watch this trade here. And you're going to see if he's a valid seller or he's just a scammer trying to keep the price under 31. Because as soon as that hits that sell, if this gets all bought up, and he start, people start buying into the sell wall, buying at 31, he removes the trade if he feels that wall is under threat. This manipulator has been just running amok, unchecked. They do not want this over $31, and they taking physical effort to make sure it does it. You can see it right here. That's larger than the two kettling walls. Of course, it's a fictitious trade. Of course. Yeah, I want to sell my coin at the cheapest price possible. Come on, when you could just remove it and place your orders and spread it and sell all of it if that's your intent at a higher price. But that's not the intent of this trade. They do not want this over 31, and they're taking active measures to keep it there. Look, see? You can see it right here. Went over 31, they pushed it back down. Approach 31, push it back down. Up to 31, push it back down. You could read the graph. You could see actively where they blocked it from going up. The graphs don't lie. Look at this. They actually increased it. You see? You see, they increased it as reaction that the 3097 disappeared. What do we got to do? We got to increase the wall if we got to keep the price down. Now they'll put something in at 30.99. I was just gonna say before you do it. Now he'll start loading it because now it's getting, the heat's on. He's filling in a gap. Conbase Pro, the manipulator, cleared out any volume you had by manipulating the market down so harshly. Okay. The last time we seen a market get manipulated, go down this hard, and when there was Mt. Gox crash, where 75% of the Bitcoin was sold through them, which is perfectly explainable why it crashed like that. But this past year, no, this is outright crime going on here. You're not fooling anybody. Remember, when the market crashed last time like this, there was crime involved. And believe me, there's crime involved in this one too. Okay, 3,200. So keep your eyes, people. These guys, looks like they changed the kettling walls today. And they brought in another large trade to help them keep the price under 31. That's their goal. You could see it here. Goes over 31, it's brought back down. Heads 31, brought back down. Up to 31, brought back down. Now it's hitting 31. Look what they're doing. The mysterious large trade appears at 31 again to block the price from going past 31. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th time they're doing this. These people are the scum of the earth. And either Coinbase is taking an active part in this market manipulation, or they have to be as dumb as a rock. And I don't believe they're that dumb. Now, I see some collusion going on here. 3,000. This is one hell of a funny market, let me tell you. I never seen such an obviously rigged market before. That's why I'm teaching you people how to read this order book, because it's going to look like nothing but godly gook to you. But that's simple. If somebody comes and wants you to buy a car, say a used car salesman does this, he'll outrageously price his luxury vehicle, right? And then his shitty vehicles will be way underpriced. You want nothing to do with them, okay? The vehicle's a piece of crap. That's why it's at a low price. And the car he really wants to sell, which is fake, defective, or whatever, he puts that at the mid-price. And he guides you into it. This is a tactic used by salespeople. Just like when women go shopping. They raise the price up 100% over the market value. Then they take off 80% and then tell you it's on sale. People, we got a lot of trouble here in this market. A lot. We got a lot. The exchange shouldn't be giving us this trouble at all, because it says in the user agreement that this is not supposed to be happening. They're liable. Now watch, that price is never going to get over 31, people. Observe the 1 hour graph. Everything over 31 is brought back down or capped. brought back down and capped. How are they doing it? This fake sale right here. And they've done this numerous times since January 28th. 2 days. 2 days in a row they've been doing this. And Coinbase is just sitting there scratching their head. They can't figure it out. Who do they got like monitoring their books? Their order books? Stevie Wonder? Alright, let me post this video, people.